Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Mind a Black Girl. It's me, the one and only Sugar Mom. I'm playing. It's me, Nenekade, and
Where do you see my? Hey guys, it's me, Yaneska. Ooh, that high was too high.
right compared to mine, I'm like, you know who
Yeah,
it is.
I think
You know what it is.
you know what it is. You know what
Black
we
and
do.
yellow.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Cause what I like about you,
Wow.
I like to have remixes of things and all that. Life.
Yeah, Yaneska's son like knows everything that's happening.
No,
He
my
was dead
high.
asleep. And the
No,
minute like we said, welcome back, guys, he's like, all right, so it's time for me to wake up.
my high was too high, literally, and that's when he woke up.
Oh,
I'm struggling. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, brr. That's how I have to get his attention. Sometimes I bark at him.
oh no.
Yeah.
Hi, Tatum. You see me?
No one else
Oh,
could see Tatum. You being rude. Let's get into this recording, please.
all right. Okay, so we didn't even think about the title for this
Mind your
episode.
black diaspora. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay,
My
guys. So it's Mind the Black Diaspora. That's the name.
diaspora? That sounds like a name.
Diaspora.
That's
Ooh, I'm gonna name my kid Diaspora.
yeah. I used
Bah.
to go through this phase where I was just like, I actually maybe I still go through it. That I think lots of like words are very nice for names. So like, I want one kid named Calendar with a K. I want a Wednesday. That's actually kind of normal.
Wednesday is cute though.
Yeah, I think it is cute too. And then one time, I remember
Statistics.
I told Nenekade. Oh, I said that. No, I didn't. I think I said English was cute. I
It
said
was
some
something in
class.
English. It was like I don't know if it's like communication. No,
I definitely remember
sarcasm. It was
it was
sarcasm.
sarcasm. That sounds like a nice name. Tatum, you're
Hi,
gonna
my name
jump.
is sarcasm. Bah.
Yeah, and then the other day I was just like, actually not the other day. I mean, a long time ago when I was also young, that I was just like, diarrhea sounds like it could kind of be a lit name.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, right? Hi,
Hi,
my
my
name is
name is
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, I'm here. Diarrhea, don't play with me. Diarrhea is nice itself, though.
Diary. Hey,
That's
diary.
actually very disgusting. Hey, if a future employer is listening, actually, I'm funny. If you listen, I'm funny. Maybe not that.
Diarrhea Brown.
That's racist.
No, I'm just
You
saying like
automatically think
diarrhea
black name.
brown. No, like brown diarrhea.
Oh, and black is not exactly only. I mean, brown is not only black. Wow, we just thinking.
Right.
Oh my
3
god.
minutes in and is already like not has nothing to do with the topic.
We're actually
Anyways,
sick. Yeah.
so this week we want to talk about what it means to be Black, African American, African. Just
And not even actually, I want to clarify real quick too. Not even what it means to be black, like what it means to be black in America or being black. We
yeah,
literally mean the actual technical term. Like,
like am I Black? Am I African American? Am I just African? Like
yeah,
I guess like what different what is it? What is it called? The
different
different
groups of the,
groups
because
of
black
blacks.
is an umbrella term. And so we're talking about like the raindrops under. I don't know what you say after umbrella. The next categories. So like the
So black
raindrops
is
or
the umbrella
whatever.
term. African would not be the umbrella term, even if everybody came from Africa.
I don't think so.
It would
Yeah.
just be
You
black,
see, so this
the
is
color of your
we
skin,
have
but not everybody's
questions.
black.
21 questions. That's what we're about to ask. That's what we could name this episode actually too, because we ain't giving y'all no knowledge. We giving y'all confusion. Like
Yes.
that's what we all about in this episode.
Yeah,
What
so
do you
if you
think
if
we're gonna
you like tune in to like learn something from us, sometimes we don't really know what we're talking about. We're just talk it's just like a conversation. It's like so don't
try to
get
figure shit out ourselves?
yeah, we're confused too. And
Yeah.
don't get offended like if we say something we just don't know. Like we're just talking,
That's
you know.
so nice of you to say don't get offended. Cause you know how many times I be thinking to myself, like, let someone pull up an old tweet and bring it up against me. You laughing, Tatum? Cause I'm dead
Right.
ass right now.
When I get
He-
famous, don't do this to me. Don't Kevin Hart me.
Hi, boo boo. Stop it. Right. Don't. Whatever I said it. And here's the thing: people can't grow. So I'm like, whatever like ignorant shit I said 10 years ago, don't hold me accountable for that. You don't know if my beliefs change, and if they haven't, I don't think I have any bigot like bigot type of belief anyways. But I'm like, even if I have one, let me have it, because we all have some type of predatory or prejudice, whatever type of belief. That's mad wrong, but I think it's true. So stop it before
Mm.
someone says
No,
something.
like I was reading, this is like the new controversy that's going on. This white man, I think it's Liam Neeson. I'm not sure
I
his
know
name,
what
but like,
you
yeah, like how someone raped his friend, a black man, and he said he was like out for like a whole week hoping to run into a black person so he can like hurt them.
yeah, and it wasn't when he said that, it wasn't the black person who harmed her. It was just any
Just
black
any
person.
black person. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Twitter. Twitter's my best friend always. That Terry Crews, I think, was kind of defending him though. But I'm like, that's mad. What?
Yeah, yeah,
How's it
because
work?
I watched The View sometimes, but Whoopi was like defending him too in a way, because she was saying that like when you have like family or someone that a loved one that got hurt by someone, like sometime you want to get back, but I'm like, you want to get back at the person, not just every black person. And then
Exactly. No, you know what just got me really upset about that is that, you as a Muslim know exactly what I'm about to say. Like when 9/11 happened, everyone started attacking every Muslim, but every
right,
Muslim not a terrorist.
right. I
And
was
all
not even
terrorists,
in the country yet, but yeah.
right? No, but you know what I'm saying is that it's just like now a Muslim is associated with being a terrorist and stuff. I was just like, it's a thought process like that, like what's his name, Liam, whatever, that makes it continue on, just like because this person did this. But I'm like, am I afraid of every white person I see? I think they about to enslave me. Like it
Right,
doesn't work like that. No, just
exactly.
yeah, just because
So I
you
was
judge.
mad. I was mad that Whoopi was like kind of defending that. I'm like, you're black, but thank God Sunny was there, and she's black, and she's like Latino, and she was like, when she
Wow.
hears that, it was like to her it sounds like modern day lynching, like they're just going gathering just any black person and just hanging them for no reason, and that's just so wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like why would I would understand if you see the black person that raped your cousin or your sister or something like that,
Yeah,
and then you wanna,
but a person who
retaliate.
looks like them, that makes no sense. And that literally goes back to like the Muslim story of 9/11 and all that. You know how like fucked up that was, how many people had to like go through stuff, little kids being called terrorists in like elementary school and stuff because
Right.
everyone's associating wow, that's a very that's Tatum. I don't like this country for you, but I don't think I like any country for us. Remember, like when I used to have my own country, and I had a whole map of Yaneska. I think we were somewhere like by the equator, because we like warm. We're
Uh-huh.
going there, Tatum, one day. That's our little utopia, or whatever the word is.
All right, so 8 minutes in. So let's just start now. These are so many like side notes, but anyway, so this
Real
came
life.
about when I was telling Yaneska about when I was talking to like one of my he's not like my teacher, but let's just say one of my professors in college, and I was applying for something, and they asking me like, "Oh, are you black?" I mean, in the application, like, it's asking me to put like my race, and I
Hmm.
put I think I don't know if it was like it said I just put African American. Oh, I think I put black,
Yeah.
and then like my application got returned back because they needed a specific what does that mean, and I literally had to write out a letter, and
But rate, that's yeah.
it was it was like for the Singapore thing.
Yeah. Oh, you
So
study abroad.
yeah, so I was applying for, and then they said, oh, I had to write a letter explaining when I said African American,
You mean
it's
black?
yeah, when I said black, it's like African American, like it is used interchangeably, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to actually explain what that meant. But me and the professor was going back and forth. He was telling me like, tell me what race you are, and I'm like, oh, I'm African. Like in my head, I'm just saying I'm African, because I'm from Africa, like whatever. I just said I'm African. But then I'm like, but he's like, do you have like, are you like a citizen here? And I'm like, yes. So he's like, so now you're African American. But I'm like, is that how African American works? Because African Americans in I'm confused. You see? Okay. So my thing is like,
I apologize. Did you hear me?
no, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Continue.
I'm over here confusing myself for like a good 10,
Yeah, I
two, three
see that.
minutes. But I'm just trying to explain, like, because he's asking me, what are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm African. And
Hmm.
then he's like, oh,
He was
so are
saying,
you a citizen of the United States? And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh, so now you're African American? And I'm like, I guess I
is
am.
that
But
how
I'm
it
like,
works?
yeah, is that really how it works? Like, just because now, I am African American. I have my papers, so now I'm African American. But I'm like, the African Americans, I would assume, is the people who came here with like, um, like the whole slavery time. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking those are African Americans.
Yeah.
But then I am African American in a sense. If you say, like when you say like I am
Like I'm
Mexican
Honduran American.
American,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
like
Honduran
in that
American.
sense.
Yeah. So you see, that's why that term is so weird. And it's also funny. I think African American is too loosely used to going back to the umbrella term black.
Hmm.
I feel like, all right, so I was watching, yeah, I did get watching. I was reading this article recently, and it was just like the best, it was a Forbes article, and it was like the best cities for African Americans, like where we're doing the best, thriving economically.
Hmm.
And it was, again, it referred to, it said African Americans, and that kind of confused me because I was just like, do they actually mean African Americans, or does this actually
Just
consider
black
like,
people in general.
yeah? I was just like, how one, where were these numbers pulled from? Are these some of these African Americans actually African? Are they black? Like what type of, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times
Because
people just
people would
associate.
say you're African American, right?
I don't
Like if
really get that.
you don't get that, I would think
I
you were
mean,
just black. I
but
mean, you
exactly that's,
are black,
well, boom, exactly, boom, boom. This is exactly where it goes. So
but
I
you're
don't know. I feel like
Spanish.
a lot of times African American is just used to be the umbrella term for black. But the thing is, I think in my head, African American is more like the descendants of the slaves, people who've been here for centuries. And then there's many other types of black. So like me, I'm black, but I'm also Latina. So more specifically, I guess Afro Latina. But it's just like, nah, funny shit. I really didn't know I was black until like, college. Literally, I real life didn't know I was like black.
So when we were in high school, you consider yourself
White?
Spanish?
Like what? What was it? Like
Really? Because in my head, like when we was in high school, like I know you from Honduras, but like I just saw you as.
I never thought of it. I think that's the thing. I was Spanish. Like, you know what I mean? And here's the thing, someone's gonna drag me for
I
using
mean,
the
because
term
you come home
Spanish.
to a Spanish mother and like everybody speaks
Yeah.
Spanish.
Here's the thing, we're not supposed to really say Spanish because people are gonna drag us. Because actually, technically, we're not
Hispanic.
supposed. Yeah, you're supposed to use Hispanic or Latinos. And I think Hispanic is low key like the derogatory term, so I think it's more Latinas. I'm not even
Oh,
sure how it works, but because you know how Hispanic is, Spanish people, you're not supposed to say Spanish because that belongs to Spain.
Spain. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we only can say Spanish like Spanish speaking or that's our language. But like when it comes to like Hondurans, like us Hispanics, we're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
more say Latinas and stuff. I
Oh.
say, the things I kind of hate about I'm sorry, side note, but I was just like, when people be like, oh no, I'll just like, you know what I'm talking to. If I ever say Spanish, like that slips out my mouth because I try to stick to like Hispanic and Latina. People be like, oh,
Mhm.
let you mean this. I meant that. You being annoying. Don't act like
Okay, that escalated very
no, because
quickly.
I just hate that. I get so annoyed. Like, when people could know what you're talking about and they correct you. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, it's kind of a habit of me still. Actually, I feel like I barely say Spanish, but you see how it slipped out now? Because sometimes it slips out because, like, that's something I'm accustomed to. But people try to get smart and, like, you know,
I'm like, if
correct.
you from the Bronx and I say Spanish people, you think I'm talking about people in Spain, then you're the one with the issue. Like, why would I be talking about people from Spain?
No, but
You
right.
know what I mean? I'm talking
For the
about
most part, you
Dominicans
know what? Exactly.
or Puerto Ricans or
But
something.
I guess the point is just to always stay literal and be politically correct. Because I don't know. I guess it's just better to be politically correct. But yes, like I said, I know you asked me like what did I think I was in high school. I thought I was just Spanish. I didn't think of it. Like nationality, race, all that. I don't really divide it, but technically there is actually something. So my race is black. My ethnicity is Honduran, and my nationality. Oh, I'm wrong. My ethnicity is Garifuna. That's like Garifuna,
Hmm.
and my nationality is
Nationality is
American because I was
American.
born here in America. And so I wish I could explain like ethnicity, but your group, your tribe, kind of
So
like
then my race
Fulani.
is black.
Your race is black.
My ethnicity is Fulani. My nationality is American.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
actually, what are your nationality is where you were born, so isn't that technically Senegal?
No.
Isn't that where
Uh,
you were born? Wow,
no,
we're 22-year-olds graduates.
no. I know what nationality mean, but I am considered an American. Yeah, I got naturalized,
But
so
technically, aren't you two places in Loki three? Because don't you have like your papers in Guinea? I'm
no.
confused. No. You see,
I
because
was
you
confused.
travel too
No, no,
much.
no, no.
Going back to the airport. Now I'm ignorant like the like the TSA
No,
agent.
my nationality is American.
Yes. But are you a double citizen? I'm being all like in your business. I'm curious now, but are you a double citizen now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So isn't your nationality like two things?
I guess then Senegalese and American.
That's a real question. If someone knows and you're watching, can you please actually like DM us or like comment that? Because I'm actually very curious now. These
Mm.
are real questions, guys, and I don't know if we sound stupid, but if I do, oh well, we being real. Like, y'all
Oh,
probably don't know all this, or not all this,
oh.
but yeah, we went on a tangent. I went on a tangent.
I'm like, now that we established what creatures we are, where we belong, but yeah, that's just very confusing to me. And even with that, like online, you be reading stuff, they be like, you not black or you not African American unless you did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know those memes it says like you're not black unless you had mac and cheese or
Or like
something.
they show
Unless
some type of struggle meal, like you not really
yeah,
like hood.
yeah, and
You
then I can never relate. Like I didn't really like Kool-Aid like that. Like Kool-Aid was not a drink in my house.
what?
I'm dead
Yeah.
ass. Like mac and cheese that has never been made
But
in
that's
my
like
house.
Southern Black, African of descendants. Because you see, in my household, I'm making macaroni and cheese now because that's something I learned to make, because I just like mac and cheese. But I was just like, rice and beans, bitch, tortillas over here. You know what I mean? Like, we have
Yeah.
tortillas and beans and plantains,
Like
plátano.
I'm not having no collard greens.
But
I don't
that's
even
exactly right. That's exactly the point. That's kind of what we get into. They like those memes only refer to like a certain type of black. They don't refer to like my black,
African
my Hispanic
Americans.
black. Yeah, that's what it goes back to. And then
But not the African Americans who just have their papers, like the African Americans who were like
the descendants, the
the
African
slaves.
descendants of slaves. Yeah,
But I'm like, that doesn't mean that none of my ancestors were slaves
yeah.
either. You know what I'm saying? It
That's
just
another
they
thing.
never they didn't come to the US.
Right. But
You know what
African
I'm saying?
descendant slaves who made it through the triangular
Yeah.
trade, that sounds like a rap. Whoa, you're not gonna make a rap about something serious, Yaneska.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, actually, you guys want to know a fun thingy?
Mhm.
So you guys know who Amanda Seales is?
Yeah, I know her.
All right, so she had an HBO special
I'm like,
recently.
you say you guys, and I'm the only guys.
Excuse your audience. Hi guys. Hi my one subscriber, which is
Hey
probably judging
guys,
how I'm
and I'm
able to
like,
read
yes,
a
that's me.
yeah.
Me, I'm the guys.
But anyways, getting back to what she said. Wow, I completely forgot.
Amanda
Oh, she's
Seals.
talking about like the black national anthems, and I was just like, I never knew there was black national
Are
anthems.
you
But then,
serious?
yeah,
You
but here's the
didn't
thing.
know lift every voice and sing?
Yes, can you wait for the story, please?
Oh,
No,
okay.
so
I
basically
like that one.
she gets into the story and stuff. Not the story, she starts singing it in her special, and I was like, oh, I remember those now, because back in elementary school, we used to have
Hmm.
assemblies, and like for Spanish Heritage Month or Black History Month, so Black History Month
Yeah.
especially, we will sing those songs. And you guys want to know something embarrassing? I tried out to do the rap part for one of those songs. And I
There's a
still
rap
remember
part
it.
in.
Yeah, but I think it was like something we made it to make it like a little bit more contemporary and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was to, I think it was to maybe lift every voice. Either way, y'all want me to rap it? You
Oh
want me to
Lord.
rap? All right.
Uh,
It's all different down here under the sun. We don't have to fight. We can simply have fun. Put down your guns. I thought you was laughing at me. So put down your knives and put down your guns. Black, white, yet red, yellow, we shall overcome. Anyways,
Isn't
guys,
isn't
check out.
that we shall
Yes, that's the one.
overcome?
That's the one. Yes, thank you.
That's not the national anthem, no, but yeah, that's just
No,
the
but yeah, there was lots of
that's
songs where you could
what do they call it? That's a Negro spiritual or something like that.
right. No, but we used to sing multiple songs. So I was just like, oh, I guess I did know it. I just never associated with
No.
that. They're not gonna tell me that's a black anthem and that in wow, what I was about to say in elementary school.
Yeah, they just tell you we're gonna sing these songs.
Exactly. Like, come on, guys, it's Black History Month. It's all different down here under the sun. That's the Kids Bop version. But
Oh, I
anyways,
remember Kids Bop.
wow.
We sound like we have ADHD. Like we just
No, I was sharing a fun
slavery to Kids
from
Bop.
my from my childhood. But no, for real, guys. I don't know. Back. Let's all right. Let's kind of summarize it without summarizing. We still have like 10 minutes. But I feel like African American is like used oddly because it's kind of like it's always encompassing like a lot of black people. But the thing is, there's lots of black diasporas, a certain type of black people. But there's lots of black diasporas because we went like everywhere. You know what I mean? You know what you were just talking about, like 21 Savage. He was like, "Oh, so he's not African American." But I was like,
Right.
"Wait, isn't he?" And then he was just, I was like, "He's just African British." Like,
Right.
I don't know. It's weird. It's not weird. Maybe we're just not too
But
knowledgeable.
when we thought he was from Atlanta, and then he was African American then.
But
But
he's not even because he's
now
Dominican.
that he's yeah, now that you gotta excuse that.
Yeah, my kid's making noise in the back too.
Okay, so what I was saying was when 21 Savage, when we thought that he was from Atlanta, like he then we could say he was African American. But now that we have figured out that he is from the UK, then he's no longer African American.
But he's
Now he
British.
goes back to being black.
But
Now
black in
he's considered
Britain.
black and British. Yeah.
Black in Britain. Oh,
So it's
well.
like he moved back. He jumped back.
Right. But like I just said, he's also from Dominica, is he not? So
Yeah.
technically he's Dominican British. I actually don't know how
He's
to say
not
it.
Dominican. He's not from the
Dominica.
Dominican Republic.
I'm saying
Dominicana, that's
Dominica.
what it's
Dominica. I know what you're
called.
talking about, in the Caribbean. So he's
Yeah.
technically Caribbean British. I'm gonna say Caribbean instead of embarrassing myself. So he's from the Caribbeans. So he's a black Caribbean, but in the UK. But you see how stuff like that too, just diasporas like that, we're always moving. So it's kind of like, what are we in the end? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like even so the history of Garifunas and stuff like that. Fun fact: open up your notebooks and write this down, guys, to share with friends. So Garifunas were actually slaves taken from West Africa, and we were
Really?
brought. Yeah, and we were brought first. We were brought to like the top of South America, I believe, like the islands. So maybe like let's say like Guyana and stuff,
Hmm.
and like the actual islands, and we mostly landed, I believe, on St. Vincent. But the thing is, so I always say something like my people were never slaves, because apparently when we were brought to be slaves, like in St. Vincent in the top of like South America, we
Hmm.
rebelled. We had like a big rebellion. There's a little more history to it, but of course I'm gonna like fast forward. We rebelled. We didn't want to be slaves, and so they kind of exiled us to higher up Central America, which is how we landed in like Belize, Nicaragua, Honduras. And that's why a lot of Hondurans also like live on the coast. Like I live in the coast. Literally, I live 2 feet from the beach when I'm in Honduras, because
Oh.
many Hondurans just went to many guided from that people just went to the coast. And but I'm like, you see how we kind of jumped around a little bit. So we were in
Hmm.
Africa. They was like, no, you're
You
gonna
need to
come with.
do the DNA ancestry thing and
I
see
want
where
to.
in West Africa, because if
Uh,
you're from Guinea, that would be
oh
scary.
my
I'm
God,
like,
then
what
maybe
if
we're
you were like,
related. What if we're
right?
sisters?
I know.
Oh my God.
We
Nenekade,
could be.
we might be
Take
sisters.
the test. I
I
want to
always
take
thought
the
we looked
test too
alike,
because
but I thought I was the prettier one anyways. But wow.
yeah, okay. You could pass for like someone from West Africa. You got like features. You look like maybe
What country
you
are
could be from Guinea. You could be.
you?
Yeah.
Thank you. I used to say, remember I went through a phase where I used to say I was Cuban and Malian. That was
No, not I don't think you don't I don't know. I don't think
people say
Mali is
Mali is dark,
yeah. Well,
which
they're
is
like
kind of racist. People could be any color anywhere, but that's what I've heard.
hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I don't know, like I said, we just be hopping around too much. And I don't know, it's interesting. I'm confused as hell, but I'm interested.
I want to
Like,
take that DNA ancestry test to
I
see
want
if
to,
I'm
but I'm
really
waiting until
Fulani
it's
or not.
50% off.
Right. So that we can split it. Or only
Wow.
one person can take it. Yeah.
Exactly. I want to
Oh.
do it for Tatum too.
to see.
They just need a lot of spin. I'm like, he be spitting all the time. But then I'm like, what if it gets confused? Because, I breastfeed him. So what if some of my, like,
Mm.
DNA is in his mouth? Is that a thing? From my milk? Is my
I don't
DNA in
think
my milk?
so.
Questions that need answers. Yeah, I'm
Cause
not
it's
dumb,
like
guys. I just think a lot.
I'm like, if I drink
About
whole
myself.
milk, does that mean if they swab my milk, they're gonna see a little bit of a cow in there?
Oh, wait, that makes so much sense. Oh, my God. You're a genius.
I didn't even think about it.
You're a genius.
I didn't even like try to correct you. I was just like thinking like, oh shit, I might
Wow.
be a
This
percentage
is the good
cow.
thing about having like slow friends with you, cause she confused, I'm confused, we be confused together. Good. This is a great friendship. This is why our bond is so strong. Wow.
So then your breast milk doesn't have your DNA, right?
You sure though?
I don't
You
know.
some
We need to look
this, all
that
right.
up.
Breast milk has to have like DNA because like cow kind of has like DNA. You know how to not kind of, but I'm like you'll know the difference. There's a difference between human milk, goat milk, cow milk, almond milk.
Probably because you know what I'm thinking. I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder, and I'm thinking like if somebody killed somebody and for some reason like a little bit of your boob squirted on the floor, they might use that as evidence to see whose milk was that.
Yeah, stop watching that show. Oh my God, guys, we strayed away from the topic so bad.
I know how we went from like breast milk.
Not really. We basically saying we confused and what is African American. If you guys have the questions to the answers, please tweet them.
Let us
Write it on
know.
our Facebook page. Anywhere
Yes.
on social media. But for real though, all right, is there like a closing topic or stuff? Nothing about breast milk.
Just for everyone out there, not everyone is regular black
Wow,
or
I think
whatever
that's
regular black
offensive.
means. You
We
know what I mean? Like African
I know
American.
what you mean, but I'm like someone will drag you for that. We have look at me always talking about I don't care about being
Because
offensive,
I
but
did
that's
get that when I was in college. Like, there was this lady, she was from Zimbabwe and she works at like one of the dining halls. And for like 2 years straight, we always like talk and stuff. And then one day I came down and I was wearing like one of my African shirts. And she was like, "Oh, wow, you're African?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, this whole time I thought you were regular black." And I'm like,
wow.
"Okay,
But you know what's
whatever
funny?
regular
I'm gonna
black
sound
is." But I knew
right.
what she meant. She just thought
I'm
I was
gonna
just black.
exactly. I'm gonna sound offensive for saying this though, because you're Muslim. I would have assumed African and not a regular,
Regular
get
black.
regular in quote regular black. And by
Right.
regular black, please don't take offense, guys. But we're trying to, we don't have a term, a normal black person. But you
Go over
see, this is
there.
what exactly what I'm talking about. You know how I was saying like
Yeah,
it
just
sucks how
go
people
over
use
there.
the
I'm doing
term.
something.
It sucks how people use the terms African American to
You're not
like
getting cookies
encompass
when I'm done.
all of black people. I'm using the term black to encompass all of them.
Go wait over there. When I finish, I'll give
Regular
you
black.
cookies.
I'm confused. Guys, please
Go!
watch this episode or stop right
Oh
here.
my God. I'm.
The kids. The kids. Tatum,
I
can you
think
wrap
it's
up?
good for us to like start wrapping it up before these kids embarrass us. You see, you're
They
over
just
there talking. I didn't even know what you were talking about. The whole time I'm just here telling my little brother like, "Go or you won't get cookies."
Hola. Hola. Hi, I just wanted to give her a
Oh.
shout out. Say thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Yes, you
No, have
see.
her say it. She's gonna end. That's gonna be our snip.
No, she doesn't know how to speak much English. You see, this, is, oh my God, a side story. So this is what happened too. So because she speaks Spanish, so my niece just came to America, but she's 3 years old, and she came from Honduras, of course. So she only speaks, well, she speaks Zarifuna and Spanish. Some like Spanish, like a white Spanish girl was looking at me, and she's like, oh, she's all
Just
right.
finish the story real
Yeah,
quick.
so basically it was like, they was like, oh, that's so cute. She speaks Spanish, and part of me was just like, I feel like she's only saying like, oh, she speaks Spanish because she's dark skinned Hispanic.
Oh,
You
like I
know,
thought
it's
y'all were just black. Oh my God, y'all speaking
yeah,
my language.
it's okay.
All right, so we're just gonna wrap this up because the
It's
way that our living situation is set up.
Yeah.
We got
But here's the
children
thing, you have
phase.
to start somewhere. So if you guys are listening to us and like y'all commenting like they mad ghetto, got mad kids and stuff like that, one, that's not really the thing. I got only one kid. But
And none of the ones you hear me yelling at are my kids. I am kid free. Yeah. And
and
we could edit this out. We know. So you could. I know what you're thinking. Like, why don't they just edit this out? Number one, we're too
we
lazy.
want to
And
be
number two,
real
yes,
because
we
I'm
want to be real.
real.
And number
Oh, J-Lo.
three, we just have random. It happens at random places. It's very difficult to cut out random places and put it together. It'd be so choppy when we put the whole thing together. So
And also, like I said, everyone starts somewhere. So, this is our start right now. 5 years from now, when y'all listen to us, y'all, I'm like, I remember listening to their podcast when Tatum
I
used to be crying.
I know.
And
Anyway,
I
so
want to be inspirational. I want to be inspirational real quick. Shout out to all my friends. No, but for real, no, if you guys are like, let's trying to start off something and want to be like creative and guy, but like you guys feel like you don't have the space and stuff, just start. It doesn't matter if you live with 10 people in your house and 10 kids making noise. Someone's gonna like your content. I don't know how many people like our content right now, but someone's gonna like it and want to listen.
right.
I feel like, all right. No, for real. Someone's gonna like and someone's gonna listen, and with time, you'll only grow. Like you'll start learning to be like, all right, I'll make a schedule more. Like, all right, I know Tatum sleeps this time. You guys will do that. Like, I know I can work these hours, and it works a little better for me. Just
Mm.
start. With time, you'll perfect your craft.
Yeah, that was so inspirational. That was a very inspirational speech.
Yeah,
Now,
with the
for
baby
all
in
of
the
you who've been
lap.
thinking about making a YouTube channel, listen to her and go do it. Okay, all right, Nan. So let's just wrap up. So yeah, I'm just out of it now. Okay, Nan. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to this
Listening.
episode of Mind Your Black Girl. Make sure you follow us on all our social media. Find us on Instagram at mindyourblackgirl.com. And remember to read our latest blogs on mindyourblackgirl.com. Or .com.
Yes, and
Okay,
then
I'm
like
sorry.
the blog. Okay, I'm threatening them. I'm like them blogs. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so until next time, bye.